That was a wonderful display of super ghouls and ghosts here on RGL for this Endure for Kindness marathon. So give it up for Enemy. Give it up for everyone who did a wonderful job this week. All of our runners, Ant who organized the whole thing. It was a wonderful event, and you all are amazingly generous. Amazing. We're at $1,871. Which means we only have 130 to go to hit the big 2K. The big 2K. I know we can make it there by the time this run is over with. I know we can. You gotta dig into those coffers, pull out them dollar bills, y'all, and just throw it up there. We're gonna hit 2K at the end of this. I have a strong feeling. Y'all are amazing. Never forget that. Never forget that. That being said, I got a run for you all tonight. Final Fantasy for the PlayStation. The interesting part about this one, as I'll explain as I go along, is that, well, we're playing on easy mode, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to go ahead and name it after our RGL brethren here today. Hope you all enjoy a nice, long, relaxing game of Final Fantasy to bring us out here. We're gonna do it all here. Actually, there we go. Let's get Conger in here. And we're gonna round out our party here with let's do a chat. Let's see. The last big donation that came through was Mantoast. So you know what, Mantoast? For that awesome donation, you're going to be Manto here. But hey, thank you so much, and thank you everyone who's donated to this entire charity marathon. It's been absolutely spectacular. I'm the wrong person to ask about Agamas. All right, so time starts. Confirmed our party here, and boom, that's how time starts. All right, a little too far there. All right, two things to note: I'm running this on a PS2, and this is because we want fast disk speed enabled. That means loading times are cut as minimal as possible. This is actually used in the actual speedrun as well. Alright, first thing here, we gotta load up our troops. We gotta get our weapons, armor, and cure spell. And we're gonna be heading straight to the first boss fight. There's a lot of cool quick menus on the controller for this. Like right there, I hit R1. Oops. Oh, no, we aren't done yet. Sorry about that. We gotta put cursor to memory. That helps in the end. Now we're gonna go talk to the king. Yeah, I think it's 6 characters in this one. But yeah, now we're talking to the king. He's gonna tell us, oh my god, save my daughter, please. And we're gonna like, for sure. That's exactly how it went, by the way. I know I skipped by it, but that's exactly. So yeah, we want memory cursor so that we will remember where we were last in the menu. For a casual run of this, we're definitely going to be doing a lot more memo saving, which is an easy way to just... It's almost like a save state. Almost. You can memo save literally anywhere in the game, one step before the last boss, which is exactly what we're going to do. But unlike the NES Final Fantasy you might be more familiar with, this one doesn't have encounter manipulation. It's just kind of random, so we kind of just go with it. We don't have that luxury as we do in the first one, so you lose time strictly on just getting in the number of battles. Again, we don't really want to fight any of these enemies yet. They're not worth the experience. It's just faster to run away. But there's going to be one severe difference in this one pretty early on that I'm going to show off here pretty shortly compared to like the NES route. The record for this one is 2 hours and 46. Oh, that music is so good. So good. And the record for the NES one is around 2 hours 55 flattish. So that's almost 10 minutes faster, and this one comes with cutscenes and everything. So there's a lot of differences going on here. One, they fixed a lot of spells, so you're gonna kind of see how the game was supposed to be played on the original NES. Specifically, they fixed Saber, which is steel in this, which adds attack power. And the other one that's kind of going out of my brain right now, you get the Giant's Gloves later to use them as an item. But there's another one that's better than steel. It does basically the same thing, except like doubles the power. So we beat the first night, Garland. Very simple fight. We just went straight there. All right, in Con Cakes, you ask, what does easy mode change? Easy mode changes. Well, first thing I'd like to show off. Normally, you'd have to go talk to the princess here. But if you try to leave, in this version, she's like, "Excuse me! Take this loot and don't forget it." See, in the NES version, you could just skip this. In this version, she's like, "Nah." But for the easy mode in this, you get a heck of a lot more spell charges. Unlike in the NES version. The tops you can get in the NES version, I believe, is 9. And in easy mode in this, we're going to have spell charges in the 20s. You see, in the early Final Fantasies, they didn't really have magic points yet. They just kind of had how many times you can cast a level of a spell. So there's 8 tiers of spells in this game. And obviously the lower tiers are going to get more casts. But in the original game, you can only have up to 9 regardless of what level you are, even if you got max. In this, on easy mode, however, that goes up dramatically, and it's very helpful throughout the run. And, as you, so you beat Garland, just like in the NES. I would say, actually, this version, if you want to play a complete, like, the most complete official release of Final Fantasy, I'd play this on normal, and probably skip using Memo. Ooh, I forgot to start the timer. I am so sorry. Or wait, did I start the timer? I did. God. I thought I didn't. Enjoy a cutscene, by the way. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it has great music. Where was I? My brain kind of, collapsed there for a second. But yeah, there's a cutscene. Oh yes, just like in the NES version. You save the princess, you get the loot, and the king repairs the bridge for you. And this version just makes it look like they're working faster. But once you cross this bridge, it's like the official start. The first mission in this is just basically a tutorial. Even back in like 1986 or 7 when this first came out. Oh no, I fixed it. You can hit the split and then just go back and it keeps the time. Don't you dare, Dog Developer. But in this version, it's a much longer cutscene, but it gets me so vamped, ready for So now we're going to start using memo saving. Normally we'd save this till after Marsh Cave, but for marathon save playthrough, we want to use it as much as possible. So we're not. And then it gives you the original cover art that was on Final Fantasy J. Which is really nice. If you've ever seen the Final Fantasy cartridges for the Famicom, they look really nice. I love the art on them. Alright, this is where we're going to memo save a lot. R2, straight to memory save. We're not going to abuse it as much now as we are late game. Late game, you abuse just the crap out of it. Because there are no fights you want to get into end game, so it's just You're memoing your life off. First, to play a little safe here, let's cure up our PSX. Accidentally cured the warrior one 2 times, but it should be okay. Like this fight right here, we might just, if we don't run the first time, I'm just gonna go back to the menu and load the memo save. The wolf fights are the worst in the beginning. They offer no good experience. There's always a ton of them, and they're hard to run from. But in this case, we're just gonna try to run. And we did get away, which is nice. Bad encounter rate right now. There's more wolves. They're the worst. But I didn't memo save, so I kind of want to keep sticking to this one right now. So, yeah, like I was saying, if you want to get the most official released, you definitely play this on normal. It fixes most of the game's bugs that were in the original. It helps out with, like, little quality of life features, like you can run in town. Very nice. You can memo save anywhere. That makes it really easy if you're worried about that. Oof. Crazy horses. No. Crazy painful. I think it's a RAM save, dog, because it doesn't show up on the memory card at all. Like, once I turn the PS2 off, it would be gone. But it's such a nice feature. It's so helpful. It's so fast, and it helps. Like, the speedrun was around just a hair under 3 hours originally. But I saved well over, like, 10 minutes a time just skipping endgame fights, abusing memo. This is an unfortunate lot of encounters here. We have not gotten lucky in the encounter department early. I think we're okay to walk the rest of the way here. Alright, good. No real big battle injuries, no bad enemies that gave us a hard time. Alright, so we're going straight to getting the pirate ship, which is going to be the most fun thing to abuse in this run. Oh, also, unlike in the original, it does auto-retarget your attacks, which is another quality of life feature. In the original, you had to specifically pick your target, which I think adds a little more strategy depth for a speedrun and a casual playthrough, but it is annoying, so it can go either way. Weighing the team down. There we go. And all of our people gain another level. It's also, what easy mode does is make leveling a lot easier. That's another feature with easy mode that we are going to happily take advantage of. Alright, we have the ship. Let's go take a trip to the inn here. We don't take many trips to the inn in this version, but we do need the spell charges. I might take a couple of safety trips to the inn. It's quite a bit longer, but not so much for a casual playthrough. Let's just skip saving the game. We don't really need to. I might save down the line in case I need to, just for safety. But alright, so now we're going to get one of the most abusive, amazing spells in the entire speedrun. This spell's broken and does not work on the NES. However, it works fantastically here. See, it raises your attack points by 14, which is actually quite significant, and it stacks. So you can keep casting it over and over and over again. Alright. I'm gonna memo save here just in case something goes wrong. Alright, you remember the pirate minigame? Well, we're going to be playing that. That's part of the speedrun for this one. So let's go ahead and... that's not good. There we go. So, every time you set a new record in this game, you get, now let's just focus here for a second. I'm not the best at this game, admittedly, but I can get it in the amount of time I need to get it in. Alright, we're gonna wait until just under a minute here. No, normally in the NES version, I think you just get 100 gold. In this, you get 100 gold, potion. We have to set the record 3 times. A potion, an antidote, and a gold needle, which cures stone. But also in this one, you get 10,000 every time you complete this puzzle. So we're going to go ahead and abuse the crap out of that. No, it's a bad start, unfortunately. 10,000 gil is gonna make the beginning of this game so much easier. Wait, no crap, I got the 9 and the 13 backwards, oops. That's not good. I just screwed myself here. Oh no, I didn't. What a comeback. Alright, so we set the record again, and we're gonna do it one more time. We only do this 3 times. So then we have all the gold we need for pretty much the rest of the run, at least at this point, you know. You're gonna see why very shortly, why we get all this money in the beginning. If you're familiar with the NES version at all, you will know that there's a very expensive but very quality early game sword coming up here in just a moment. Alright, well, there we go. Alright, we did 3 times. 30,000 gil, and we're gonna memo save here in case anything goes wrong. So now we're good. So instead of sitting here and grinding, we just gained 30,000 gil by taking 2.5 minutes to play the ship game. Oh, see, this is a very unfortunate encounter. We don't really have the spells to deal with this right now. But yes, you are correct, Myth. The silver sword, or as it is in this game, the mithril sword, is 4,000 a piece, but on easy they actually lower the shop prices. But yeah, it's like 3,700 or something on easy, so we get one of those for each of our players right away. That boosts our attack to crazy amounts. And after the first real battle we'll have after getting all this equipment, we'll also be level 4, I believe. I think we raised the level on Garland and the pirate fight. And that is going to make our fighters hit twice, and that's when we start ramping up some serious damage. Alright. Booyah, we got some tarantula action. And don't forget, y'all, we are so close to 2,000. We smashed our goal. Can we smash it even further? I think we can. I think we can indeed. Because that big 2,000 is going to be amazing. Alright, they're 3,200 apiece as opposed to 4,000. But we get 4 of those right away. No grinding necessary. Don't have to do it. Piece of cake. Alright, we get 2 iron shields here and 2 of the helmets. Alright. That'll be for our warriors. They need to take the abuse. Alright, so now we need 50 potions. Oops. Oh, but yeah, another quality of life feature that's in this that's not in the NES one. You can actually purchase multiple potions and antidotes and all of that good stuff. And now the other most broken spell that actually does work in the NES version and it's used a lot is haste. It's called fast in the NES version. It is insanely good. Alright, so now we equip. Optimize everyone. Just gonna memo save here. Good to go. The potion grind is serious in the NES version. 1 at a time. And you're there quite a few times. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and start attacking things, because we do need the levels. We want to be at least level 5 before we go fight the Pisca Demons, or the Wizards as they are in the NES version. Because they hit very hard. So, and I believe this battle will get our fighters up. See, they're only doing one swing right now, but they're doing good damage. They will be able to get 2 swings very shortly here. Ooh, nice critical hit there. When the game flashes like that, that is a critical hit. And boom, level 4, there we are. Raising all of our hit points, raising all of our magic points. It's a beautiful thing. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. We do not want to fight Varg Wolves. They are utterly just a waste of time in the speedrun. They're just not worth the experience that they give up. So we don't want them. Can't have them, can't do it. Oh man, we are getting very unlucky with our encounters here right now. This is a bad, bad battle. I don't have any serviceable Ice 2 charges right now, so I can't use those as well. Yeah, that's true. They are very much just always a waste of time. That's not really too arguable. The wolves are just not worth the price. Oh man, this is a bad fight. I've gotten a lot of bad fights. I need ogres. Like, I might have to actually just pace for a couple of fights outside because it's just not giving me any ogres or anything. These are also not worth the experience. Also, you can hit square to go right to the item menu. And we can hit sword. Such conveniences in this game, I tell you. It's so nice. It's great for speedrunning. It'd be like Mega Man with, you know, quick item switching. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need at least one more level here, so we gotta hope to get some ogre battles in here. That's what I was hoping to get all the way over here. Oh, this is a long time without a fight. Here's an ogre. Ogres are what you grind on the NES version immediately. They're so good, experience-wise. And money-wise, actually. They help so incredibly much. It's nice that you can abuse their spawns in the NES one. You can't really do it in this one, and this is amazing. Like, I never have this kind of good luck when I need it. Trying to give me some battles, game? I kind of need it. There we go. 2 ogres. 1 ogre and an ogre chieftain. Or a grogre, as they're called in the NES version. They're not really any harder in this version. Like, the enemies are pretty weak overall. They've actually, like, toned down quite a few things in this version compared to the NES version, especially paralysis. Especially paralysis. Just so bad in the oh, we're at 7. Okay, we can go here. Jeez, that was unfortunate. Kind of a huge time loss there, just waiting for battles. But at least I got 2 ogre battles in a row. Can't really fault that. Any win in a fight here will be, yeah, we'll take these. We'll be at level, which is good. There we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and heal a little bit. R1 goes straight to magic. We're just gonna burn all of our cures here. The nice thing about level 1 cure is it's kind of just like potions. That's all they really turn out to be. Oh, sometimes your players just get bonus health boost. One of my red mages has a lot more health than the other one. That means they just got a nice level up, which is it's a nice surprise every now and again. Gotta love it. Alright, so now we have to make our way down here because we have to get a specific item. Actually, a couple. We stopped in a room to pick up a cottage. Yeah, I might as well fight this fight. It'll be easy, quick. They already got the advantage, so running is kind of pointless. There we go. Hopefully the Black Widow gets taken out in one shot. Nice. They're not worth a lot of gil, but they're worth a solid amount of experience. So there's the cottage in that chest. You can use that over the overworld to say that is a gray ooze. Those are worth nice experience. We'll take that. Heck yeah. Yeah, you can use the cottage. The main thing about cottages is they replenish spell charges, which is the important part. Alright, before we get on this chest, this spot, we're going to heal up. To max. It's important for this fight. These things hit very, very, very hard. Even with memo saving. Yeah, it's a cabin from the NES version. Alright, we got 3, which is average. You can get as many as 4 or as little as 2. You're kind of hoping for 2. But we'll see if we can manage it. If anyone dies, I'm probably going to load the save. Because we all desperately need the experience at this point. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we just... right back in the game. Let's go again. How many will we get this time? 3 again. Hopefully they focus my warriors a little more this time, or my warriors can hit a little harder as well. Nice. That's good. They have like 85-ish hit points, so they're not too hard to take out. Like, remember, we got the wicked swords very early. The problem is we're such low level that they're kind of hard to hit. That's more the issue here. There we go. And we are level 6. Alright, I like it. And then we grab the crown. We need to take the crown to the Elven King. Or so we think, anyways. That's not what I want to do. Kinda need to heal up my warrior here. Got beat up. There we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and save. There's that charity link. Remember, 2K, baby. We're gonna have such a celebration. Oh. It's almost worth, in fact, it is. That's a bad fight to hit. Just time-wise, we'd still be stuck in that fight waiting for them to go. This is why memo saving is so important. This isn't nearly as bad. But we are gonna run. Oh. I was like, wait, why are you moving? There we go. Oof. Now I'm just getting bad encounter luck. There's a very... There's a very decreased amount of encounters in these dungeons as well. I'm not sure if this is specific to the entire version or just easy mode, but there's a lot less here and a lot less dangerous ones. This is the first of many dungeons in the NES one where you can just get destroyed. It's quick. That's why I keep taking these fights. They're quick. There's not much time to save here, and I'd rather play a little safe. Alright. Continuing on. Recognize memo save here, in case we get into any of those giant herd of wolves that strike first again. The time wasters. But yeah, if you're familiar with the NES version, well, the NES version does have a an encounter table, so regardless, you're going to run into a lot of encounters. But on this one, significantly lower. It's nice for that reason. We are poisoned. Also, another thing that's nice is that when your people take poison, they don't get put in the bottom slot. Something that's also very annoying about the NES version. Alright, we're out. Good. So first dungeon down. Now let's go take a trip to old Astos. Uncle Astos, will you be nice to us today? Will you not use instant death spells? Let's find out. The beginning of this game is very fetch questy. Yeah, see, here's the problem monsters right here. They get that paralysis on you. Ooh, we got Nice turns there all in a row. That was good. That was a really good fight for experience and gold. This is a really bad fight, so let's not do it. Come on, I need you to run. I need you to not stick around for this battle, please. It's a waste of time. Thank you! That's a clutch run there by Mantoast. Oh. See, this is the normal encounter, right? You see how long it took me to find ogres earlier? Now they're just flying out the box. Another curious thing about this is later, like, since all the spells work the way they're supposed to work, you can avoid, like, going out of your way to get so many of the stronger weapons that, like, say, in the NES version, you'd have to get to make life easier for yourself. But again, this is more of an easy mode thing. You could also probably do it on normal, but it's just, it's so nice to just ramp up and, be able to just murder things. I'm debating whether I should actually all-out physical attack Astos or try to steal the second fighter. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. And here's Astos' castle. Alright, good stuff. Some of these remade songs in this thing are really, really good, too. Well, first thing that you don't get the Masamune, which is integral to the speedrun of the NES version, because it just does so much more damage than any other weapon in the game. You also don't bother getting Excalibur. We're gonna just try a lot of attacks here. Ooh, nice, that's a good critical. That's a really good critical. Oh, I'm just getting reaped! I just got reaped! It's not the end of the world, but it will mean I'm going to switch slots with Ant, because Ant will have to be the main fighter now. But yeah, you avoid the Masamune, you don't get Excalibur, you don't go out of your way to get any of the big time armor. Jesus, I have to restart this one. Come on. You can do it. Nope. Oh, still alive. We can do it. Nope. That's unfortunate. Getting one of the fighters killed right away is just really bad luck. Which is amusing, because on the NES version, it's more beneficial to actually lose a fighter on this fight. NES version is a really, really interesting speedrun with much more difficult overall. Alright. We're gonna go with Steel this time. 14 attack points per. I believe your max is 255 attack points, so yeah, you can imagine how strong Steel makes a character, especially one that's leveled up. Well, there you go. No! Miss! Miss! Oh, I missed! That's awesome. Alright, so we're not gonna have to lose anybody. That's great. Yeah, I don't know why I opted not to use Steel the first time. It's so incredibly powerful. But it was a nice display to show off just how incredibly powerful it is. Alright. We took out Astos. And for our troubles, we obtained the Crystal Eye, which we have to go give to Matoya, who's gonna give us the Jolt Tonic to go wake up the Elven Prince, who gives you the Mystic Key. Beginning of this game is a bit of a fetch quest, just a bit. It's tiny. Alright, we're gonna keep taking these battles for now. They're just too useful. And again, I'd like to play it safe, preferably in a marathon. Oh, what kind of swing was that, Conger? And there we go. Ogres pretty much have 100 hit points. They're so integral to farming in the NES version. I definitely haven't been acquainted with Many an ogre in my time. Oof. This game is just being brutal right now with these wolves. Wolves don't want to slow down, man. Come on, wolves. You just know this is live? You want more FaceTime? Is this what's going on here right now? Sheesh. Give me a break. Alright, that's fine. A non... back attack slash ogre fight is actually... we're trying to get up to at least level 10 before the next big dungeon ends. That's kind of what we're hoping for here. Alright, there's another level up. That was actually a nice level up. Especially since we go back and use the inn here, so that'll give us more spell charges. And there we go. Alright. And this is where we're going to do some massive spell gaining as well. We did! We hit the goal because of the amazing generosity of the people. Yeah, we'll do a save, why not? This will be a super backup save. Alright. See, amazing generosity of the people who came by, donated. Just jacked up that donation total. Alright, so now we need Fire 2 and Bolt 2. These are also much less than they were originally. I think they're 500 gold off from their normal amount of money. So there's quite a few features that are taken and toned down in easy mode. They really did make it easy. And Cure 2. We're gonna need that in the future. There we go. And just being here helps, IGS. All the support is thanked. And we appreciate it very much. Alright. So now, we're onwards to Montoya's Cave. Again, there's just... the beginning of this game is super fetch questy. Yeah, I've had that problem lately as well, Dog Developer. I don't know what the issue is. I've had somebody, like... host, and then an hour later it auto-hosted them. I was like, what? Alright, see, this is where stuff like this is going to come in handy. See, this would be a tough battle to run from. Hopefully, but we do have actual spells that can be helpful now. Completely clears them. Decent amount of experience to boot. But the biggest thing is that it's just a time saver. Emote scares you? Don't you like a grinning snake? What a lovely emote. Oh, another difference from the NES version compared to this one is the NES actually has things called safe squares, where you can just walk across them over and over again, and you want to increase the step counter whatsoever, which is very, very much abused also in the speedrun. This one doesn't have that. What brought it to my mind was that the dock squares are safe squares. I was like, oh yeah, don't have to worry about like rolling around the dock in this one. It's nice and easy. Alright, we have made it to Montoya's Cave. Here we are. And in this version, of course, updated version, they get it a little better with the cutscenes and story overall than the original NES one. I love the original NES one to death, but I'd say if you're going to play this game casually and as close as possible to how the first game was supposed to be played, play this on normal. It is some dancing brooms. Talk to one real quick. Flip her over, flip, flip. I wonder what they could mean by that. What crazy language these brooms talk in. Pretty bad ogre fight overall. Taking 3 swings there to take it down. Well, that's okay. As we level up, we do get more, say the accuracy status or attack status, and you will get more attacks per round. The weapon you use raises that quite a bit as well. That's why the Masamune is so important. Not only is it almost 10, over 10 more points of damage than the second best sword, but it also adds so much attack that you get free. You just get free additional attacks. And then when you combine it with haste, haste doubles your attack. So, so when you're combining steel with haste in this game, you are just ravaging enemies. That was kind of a pointless battle to fight, and we just got unlucky with how many times we got gaze in, but that's not a big deal. It was nice, Way West. Just enjoying helping out with this marathon and making sure it all runs smoothly, and then we have, you know, everything going great. And it's gone great, as you can see with the donation total. It's gone absolutely wonderfully. I don't know if I should have actually taken this battle. It's getting to the point where I should be waiting for better experienced creatures. Like in the Earth Cave that's coming up shortly. Alright, this is kind of the last part of our fetch quest. Now, then again, maybe not. You get the crown from the cave, which you go to the elf, which gives you the crystal ball. Hold on here. And then you get the crystal ball, you take it to a toy for the jolt tonic. You take the jolt tonic here, wake up the prince, it gives you the mystic key. And you take the mystic key to Coneria, which gets the TNT. You take the TNT to the dwarven cave, and they blow up the side of the land, and it lets you explore the rest of the world. And then, are you done with all the fetch questing in the beginning? For all those asking for a schedule, this is indeed the last game for this marathon. Just to let you know. We're going to have the finale next. And again, we want to thank you. I believe, I'm not sure 100%, but I believe that the donation actually ends at midnight. At midnight Pacific, so in just under an hour and 40. I believe the donation closes for the Endure for charity, Endure for Kindness charity. So if you want to graciously donate any more money to this wonderful cause and feed those children, please do so. In the next hour 40. But I will continue playing this game throughout, regardless, because this game is amazing. Final Fantasy is one of my favorite gaming series, and I can play this game any point and just love it every single time. When I actually learned the NES version, I enjoyed it so much that I just ended up learning the the PSX version because I had it, and I was like, why not? And this one's, I don't know which one's more fun. I would say the NES one is definitely... man, it's stressful is a word, exciting, especially at the end of the game. This one is definitely easier and quicker, and you feel like you're progressing more often. But they both have their bonuses, and I love them both to death. I chose this one because, I don't know, I just find it really fun to run through, and I thought everybody would love to see the PlayStation version of this one. By the way, my hair looks like bananas. Look at our Warriors character there. Looks like you got bananas on the head. You got bananas in the brain. Now, it might not mean much now, but I want the entirety of chat to remind me after I get done with the Kraken fight to not only take a shot of Kraken, wink wink, but But to take the slab to Dr. Oon, because I always forget that. And I end up wasting time because of it. Alright, so you give the TNT, and you see this little piece of land. This version gets a whole cutscene, shows you. Shows it actually blowing it up, which is interesting. But yes, the slab from Kraken's den. I always forget to go learn the language that you need in order to get an item later. Alright, boom. And the early game is done at this point. We are now opened up to the rest of the world. He's like, hey, you're welcome. And then he slowly walks left and then suddenly just disappears. He's not here anymore. Lots of chests in here, but we're only going to take the last three, which is mithril mail, some gold, and another cottage, because cottages are nice. Again, they replenish our spell charges, which is a necessity upon our journey here. Because our red mages are just going to beef our warriors up to, well, beef a warrior up to insane amounts. Let's go ahead and take a quick memo here, just to make sure we're all nice, caught up, and saved. Never be too careful in the land of Final Fantasy. Something is always around the corner to ruin a good run. Usually the name of this something is Kraken, but not so much here, thankfully. Alright, so that takes care of our journey of going all the way around on fetch quest, so we can get into another fetch quest here very shortly. This is the PSX version of Xanaboy. PlayStation. Excellent game. Definitely suggest giving it a try if you want some casual Final Fantasy action. Alright, so we're going to Melmond here. We just need to go shopping a little bit. I love the remade Town song. It's so good. Steel Gloves, right? Yeah. Alright, let's equip. Nope. Okay, there we go. It's so just nice and pleasant. Like, I could just listen to it and relax. Alright, this is where we actually start, like, full memo abusing, because there are fights here like this that will take forever, be incredibly dangerous, and it's way faster to just memo back here. And again, since there's no encounter chart, we don't have to really worry about getting into the exact same battle in the exact same spot. We'll fight this one. Why not? Why not? It's just a good amount of experience. Extra experience. Remember, we do need to get to 10, basically, by the end of this. We're at 8 right now. But we have to take 2 trips into this cave. We're gonna run from this one. It's really shoddy. And it sucks because you can't get a warp spell any earlier in the game, so you can't have it this early. Unless, no, I don't think you can use any 5 to 8 tier spells without, that's fine. We're just gonna ride this one. It's not dangerous, it's just but you can't use any tier 5 to 8 spells until you class up, which is basically the only real reason to class up in Final Fantasy other than the sprite change. Alright. Ow. You can't see. I don't actually know if they fixed the dark status in this one. It doesn't really seem to affect much. It doesn't in the NES version much either. See, this is unfortunate. This is why we memo save and skip these battles, because it's just a pain in the butt. There we go. Sheesh. Onwards to the Earth Cave. Like I was saying earlier, we do have to take 2 trips into here. So there are... Well, there's an item you need in here. To get the item, you need to get further in here. It's the ultimate way to extend gameplay time. We are, back attack a lot. I really need to start memo saving more often and abusing that through here, because this is just easily wasting time. Because we have to go menuing and healing after this as well. Okay, that's fine. Alright, antidote. Magic as well. Okay, we're actually pretty good. And get over here. And again, the run feature in this game is so nice. Gotta make sure not to miss your whatever your goal would be to get through here. That's not what we're gonna take. That's way too many enemies attacking first. We do need the experience, so there are some fights I do want to take down here. But that is not one of them. Look at this Minotaur's face. Does it look like a shark? I just thought its face looks like a shark. But that thing's worth... That alone was worth more than like 2 ogres at this point. So this is why we want to, you know, keep moving along to better treatment, better experience. Hey, speaking of... let's get our Minotaur on. The dangerous part of this route, kind of, you get the memo saves. There's like no real danger overall feel to it. It's still dangerous at times though. Hey, load up. Is that your red mages just get no armor. Just get no armor at all for quite some time. No real armor. So, normally there's a coral sword that you'd snag upwards here, but obviously we're not going to waste our time with it because we don't need it. Run, run, run. A lot of fights in here. Hopefully we run quickly. It's still faster if you can get in a fight and run than it is to load a memo. But not by a whole lot, and you gotta kind of get lucky. You run fast, so it's your overall time savings are definitely coming from constantly abusing memo save. That was something like that. Another thing about this game, I never understood it. Weird things happen to the menuing in this game. Like you can press up once, but then it just goes up like 6 or 7 times really quickly. This can throw you off. I think if you're trying to do things too fast, this is why this happens. But that's okay. It's something we can live with. As far as bad things go when it comes to features in this game, that's one I can live with. You see, I forgot the memo again. We're here for the long ride in this one. What we can do here. See, look out, now... I'm still going to try to flee, but I'm going to light up these wolves as well. As I back up. The best part about having things like Fire 2 and Lightning 2 is just to clear encounters that are annoying more than using it to level up or anything. I don't care if we run, which we didn't. I would have preferred it, but looks like we're getting the experience at least. Oh, that's nice. Sheesh, what a long, rough fight that was. Alright. Snag that antidote again. Cure, why not? We're in the menu right now, we might as well. We leveled, so we also have some more hit points to go through. Alright. I wish so much that you could have warp early. You know what? I'm just gonna start doing this. It's just faster. We are level 9 right now, which is nice. It won't take us too much longer to get to level 10. Just kind of our goal for this dungeon. A little overgrinding is okay. This is an unrunnable encounter. These are exactly things you try to avoid. One thing that plagues the original version is unrunnable encounters that they don't tell you they're unrunnable. You don't know an encounter is unrunnable or not. You just don't know. Like, it seems like an obvious thing for bosses, but there are so many formations of enemies that you just cannot run from. Like, those Pisco demons, you can't run from them. Ghosts later, you can't run from them. They just can't. They're flagged to be unrunnable. And the worst part is there are some enemies that are unrunnable, but only in certain enemy combinations. So, like, if it's like a wizard ogre plus a specific creature, then it's unrunnable. But excuse me, but if it's like a wizard ogre by itself, you can run from it. So they have a lot of little quirky stuff like that you have to worry about in this game when you're running it. A lot of encounters to remember. Well, if you're doing the NES version, you already know every single encounter you're getting into, but in this version, not so much. So memo saving is an absolute must. Also, I feel like it shuffles around RNG or something every time you memo save. I think it might just be a time-based thing, where you get to a specific spot at a specific time and then a battle happens. Something along those lines. See, I do not want to fight this, and I would have to. There was no running from that. So, like, if you're casually playing this and you feel like you're screwed in a certain situation, want to run, you might not know that you cannot run, and that's just annoying. It's just a pain. Alright, we're almost at the first boss fight of this place. Alright, here we are. I think we should be okay with the health we have. But this is the first boss fight of this dungeon. Is a vampire. Please do what our red mage is now. That ain't good. That's a really nice hit, though. Wow! Those hits were amazing. Really great boss fight. And we're level 10. That's great. That was a great boss fight. So we're gonna save right away. That's why we save right away. You can play as well. Might just take this. Yeah, that vampire did not stand a chance. But yeah, it's like I was saying, those stupid encounters, like those stupid unrunnables or so. And these fights, like the ghouls and ghasts, which are, yay, a star ruby. We need that to get the item we need. But like the ghouls and ghasts, they are so much scarier on the NES version. Because they almost always go first, and they'll almost always stun you every single hit. In this one, they tone down the paralysis of these enemies by so much. It's night and day how different it is. Nice. These are also worth, like, major experience, which is nice. A good spot to use fire too and such. No, get away. We don't want those wolves no more. We don't want those wolves. I'd like to extend another thank you for everyone who donated throughout this weekend. This was a very quickly thrown together marathon, so I hope you all enjoyed it. We have just a little less than an hour and a half to get in for any more donations we may have. Hey, what do we have here? This is an easily fleeable battle. That's faster than Memo right now. we at our jail really appreciate everything you've done for us in such a short amount of time. Like, it just came about a few days before the marathon started, and everything got thrown together, and you all came through wonderfully, so thank you so much. Please flee quickly. Stupid wolf fights. Alright, that was good. That might have, like, matched the memo time it would have taken. But when you memo, you do go back to the spot you memoed, so technically it'd probably save me a couple of frames or something. I'll take all the frames I can get. Just 2 of them. It's fine. We're already in the battle. We might as well do it. They still hit hard, as you can tell. These Pisco Demons look like wizards. They're even called wizards on the NES version, but all they do is melee. And they melee hard, too. It's no joke. Definitely one of the most reset heavy points in the NES version, and not too bad in this version either. They can ruin your run. Like, you don't memo save in the RTA strats for quite some time. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. They really did. Like, they took a page out of Shadak's book and just got ripped. Nah, just ripped it up. Alright. Gotta remember to use a cottage when we get out of here. Oh, so many encounters. Forgetting to memo save more often than I should do. Or less often I should do. Like, if I knew I could run away instantly and not get back attacked, it'd be one thing, but it's just too dangerous. We'll take on the Minotaur with the shark face. Do-do-do. Alright. Back to the first floor. We're almost out of the the Earth Cave for the 1 of 2 visits. Because this is where we make the first crystal shine. They did make them crystals in this version. In the NES version, they're orbs. That was kind of before Final Fantasy really established itself, so they kind of fixed it. That's not gonna happen. The really nice thing about Memo is it's just all hitting X, and then you're right back in the world menu. Just gonna... Oh yeah, I wanted to use a cottage. I almost forgot to do that. Glad I remembered to do that. That's important, because we need our spell charges, so... Doesn't matter when we use it, we just have to use it between here and going back in the Earth Cave. We'll skip saving the game. We will memo, though. Different kind of save. That gives us all of our spell charges back, and being level 10 already, I believe we get a haste as well. Which is gonna just be wonderful against our first crystal boss coming up here shortly. Giving us a lot of bad encounters again. Some you kind of have to fight through. Alright, we can take this on. By that I mean we can just run away. We don't have time for this. We don't have time for this. To go into more strats like the NES version. The NES version actually, the any percent for the US version in that uses a very specific strat where you only use 2 fighters and 1 black mage. A very interesting setup, because in Final Fantasy 1, experience is actually distributed between everyone who's alive. It's not one base experience like. It's not like you get 250 experience per person. You get 1,000 experience, and it's distributed between 4 people, which is their normal party, or if you only have 3, you know, that's 333 experience for each party member instead. Which is a significant boost, so... In the NES version, you actually only go with 3 party members the whole run. And even some of the later parts, you're actually soloing a lot of stuff with the fighter. It's pretty nutty. But the advantage of this version is we get the working spells. The working spells are beautiful. Working how they're supposed to. Very overpowered at that. So we got the ruby. We feed this ruby to this golem, who's just standing in the way, and then, again, just walks out of the picture. And we nod our banana hair, and away we go. That's what we needed the ruby for. We got the golden march. The story is exactly the same in this as it is the NES version. They just expanded on it. So everything you see going on in this game went on in the NES version. So we're still getting that same experience. Dwayne The Rock. Yes, The Rock showed up for his cameo in everything, because that's what The Rock is in. Everything. No. We do not want the first strike enemies. A little chuckle at the text. Ruby got the ruby. Nice. It's a fun accident, Kong. Unless that was on purpose, then it was a fun on purpose accident. Alright, so we made it to Sarda's cave. He lives over here way out of the way just to give you a rod. Very special magical earth rod that lets you actually continue in the earth cave. Now we go all the way back, and now we're going back to the earth cave. Nothing else here. Just gotta get that rod. There we go. Alright. Memo save. Good. And we're doing all of this for charity this weekend. All proceeds we earn here, straight to charity. Feeding hungry children, especially important on the holiday season coming around here. So if you have anything towards that, we really appreciate it. It's a little silly, Kong. It's the early game in Final Fantasy is so much backtracking. I don't really know. It's just like, it's more like extended, you know, artificial game lengthening back then. It's a little like it seems silly now, but back then being able to explore the land and stuff like that, I don't think it was so bad. Huh. The Power Peninsula, not in the speedrun. In the speedrun, we abuse ogres spawning. But you can definitely get a very high level early on in this game if you go to the peninsula and manage to fight some monsters up there. There's some mid to late game monsters available to you very, very early if you know where to look. That's right, help make the change for some deserving kids right around Christmas time. Now that's a happy holidays. Say happy holidays with a nice warm bowl of soup, sandwich, some cut up hot dogs and mustard. You know. It's kind of neat how the grid system works. They probably just kept it in here. There's like a giant grid system. I don't remember how much it is in each square. Maybe like 16 by 16. But specific monsters spawn in the overworld in those specific squares. They have monster like charts that are available in those specific locations. The first one, Earth Cave, yeah. That's a good casual spot to grind on the giants. The giants and the earths in this cave. Like when you're doing challenge runs of this game, like some of the best places are either the giants or like the earths in this cave to grind on. Alright, those are 2 questions I can't ask. We memo save, because if we get into a battle that would cost us way more time, we can just load the save almost right away and skip the bat encounter. Well, I will keep this fight because I want to kill this troll. But why red mages? Red mages give you the spells you need. The late end black and white magic isn't really that important. In the NES version, actually, most of it's broken. And the red mage is also the choice for a casual run in that game, I'd say. The best magic in this game, really, I think the best overall spell is haste. Haste can be had by a red mage. And red mages are a lot stronger than black or white mages, especially black mages. Now, the speedrun uses a black mage because it can get some spells earlier. See, this is what memo saving does. That's a huge battle. Now we can just go right back into the game and skip the battle. That's what the memo saving is for. Like that. Especially when they get a back attack with 7 creatures. Okay, you can stop that game. Sometimes they just get caught in these vicious loops of too many fights. Let's see what it is. Yeah, I'll just flee from it. But yeah, that's why we take red mages, because they're just stronger than white and black mages, and all the spells you need, they get. Only in the NES, like, not even in single segment do they use black mage yet, only in any % US is the black mage used just because it gets spell charges earlier than the red mage. It's very risky. The black mage dies on so many different ways and places, it ends the run immediately. The NES any percent for this is very, very, very hard to finish. I think it is Emerald Bar. It's starting to catch up. But it's very hard to finish. Like, it's very scary. I wasn't kidding. Like, endgame in Final Fantasy 1 on the NES, you are soloing most of the fiends with the fighter in the very end game. Yo, robots and socks, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Really appreciate that. That's another $10 towards our goal. Thank you so much. Alright. Getting ever closer to that big 2K mark. Retro win indeed. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. This is a big reason why we memo. Those were cockatrices. What they can do is they can attack you and stone a party member, which instantly kills them, basically. All 4 of your party members get stoned, you're dead. You're gone. Alright, we're now making our way to the first Earth, the first fiend, which is the Earth fiend. It has the HP. I see an HP 4. It has the first Earth crystal is what I was trying to say. As the first of the 4 crystals. It's kind of a scary fight. But not too much in this version. It's another pinnacle reset spot in the NES version. waste any more time with these wolves. We don't have time for wolves. Jeez. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna make our way to Lich, which is only a couple floors down from where we were. We're almost at where we were when we originally came in here with trying to get the ruby. Respect the frost wolves. You do ice before volcano. In this version, you actually do Gurgu pretty late, comparably. You do Gurgu, I believe, even after Kraken. Because Gurgu holds nothing for you besides getting a crystal. You don't need to do it. Like in the US version, Gurgu, which is the second fiend spot, really, if you're going like in the casual order. Gurgu is where you grind like crazy and get your one fighter really buff. But in this run, since we don't really have to worry about that too much, we just kind of run away from everything and skip Gurgu like completely. The other nice thing about Gurgu is there's a lot of damage squares, and damage squares don't count as encounter squares. So it's actually very quick to just get that one out of the way later. But yes, respect the frost wolves. The ice cave is probably the worst location in the entire game. Maybe the end game, but I still think ice cave is worse in actually trying to finish it in a speedrun. It's so difficult. You even know each encounter you're going to get into, but it's just a real pain. Alright, we need the earth rod here. We are earth rodding this. This is what we need the earth rod for. It removes that plate to reveal stairs. Now there's 2 more floors to get through, which are relatively quick. Yeah. Nope, don't want that fight, man. We don't want it. We're actually okay on levels right now, so I'm okay pushing it a little bit. I'll see what it is. Fine, we'll take it. It'll be quick. It will be quick. Some decent experience, why not? They didn't change the maps in any way, which is nice. I believe like the Game Boy Advance release and the PSP release have bonus dungeons, which is really neat. I played the Game Boy Advance version. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's fun. The bonus dungeons were so much fun. But I think those versions are even easier than this version. I wouldn't say it's the best. If you want to get a more authentic experience, this would be your choice. But it's still a fun game to play through, especially with the bonus dungeons. And they definitely pop up some difficulty in those bonus dungeons. Ooh. I don't know why I'm sticking around for this fight. Can I kill him all in one bolt? Oh wait, I was supposed to use fire. That was pretty close. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they're absolutely free for the main game. Once you know steel and how to abuse it, the bosses are cake. Some of them, anyways. Not all of them. The last boss in this game is still pretty rough when you're trying to push it at a low level. Obviously, you can still memo save before the final fight, but you lose 5 minutes if you die to it, so that's a pretty big run ender. Which is really weird. You think they would have a feature to make the overall game just as difficult, or maybe difficult in a proper way. But I mean, even this version of Final Fantasy is really old now. It's 20 plus years old now when this came out. First one came out over 30 years ago. Alright, y'all. It is boss time. Let's make sure we're all cured for this fight, especially the red mages. We're level 11, which is quite a bit more than we need to be here, so I think we'll be okay. And, alright. Let's go. Alright, we have our first fiend fight here. Of course, they're like, you know, try to scare you with their evil words. Alright, so first thing first, we're gonna haste and steal the second fighter. Just a little bit safer to do it with the second fighter. There we go. Alright, Ice 2 is the one you have to look out for. It's gonna do a lot of damage. Now we just steal the fighter for the rest of the fight. Probably don't need to do it more than this turn, honestly. I hope my red mages go first so they get it off first, because the warrior's gonna do... There we go. So the warrior's gonna do a big chunk of damage here. 4 hits, 311. That's almost half of this boss's hit points. One thing they changed in this version compared to the... Wow. I got robbed there. Compared to the NES version, they actually doubled all the hit points for the bosses. It sounds scary, but then they gave you the ability to use steel, so doesn't really matter. Oh, look at that! The 29 damage kill! Alright. First fiend down at 119. Not too bad, not too bad. And of course, now the crystal shines again. You see the earth is rotting in this one. The winds are dying. The ocean receding. You have to save the planet. Very weird time loop explanation for this game, but I always found it interesting. Alright. Save here because you can get into a fight afterwards. Safe. It's happened on more than one occasion. Nice, that was a really nice fire too. Pick up some extra experience, I guess. We really have to cool it on getting extra experience though. We're going to fight a creature that gives us mucho experience in the future, so we don't really need to continue doing all that. Alright, so that's the Earth Cave, and it is done. So with that, we kind of open up quite a bit more of the world. Once the Earth Fiend is down, we can go get the canoe, and the canoe gets the floater, and then well, it's the levy stone in this one. But you get the floater, and then you get the airship. Wonderful things. Alright. So we're kind of pushing to our ship here. We're almost there. The first thing we're going to do is go grab that canoe. So let's go. Alright. Soaked. Down until that continent disappears on our left, then we're gonna head left. Floater, Nacho Kong! We're just gonna kill. Probably just as fast to kill the privateer. Run away. Not that the experience or money is gonna be worth it, but the encounter rate in water tends to be a lot less than land, so I don't really bother memoing. Alright. Oh, did I accidentally hit a button? Oops. There we go. Alright. Now we're gonna memo that. We've hit land again. These are gonna be the next, like, step up in encounters here. We have to go to the famous Crescent Lake. You're supposed to grab the canoe and then pretty much head straight to the next area. but don't need to do all that. Wow, what are these misses, y'all? Gotta use your swords. I only fought it because that was one creature. It was nice and quick. But yeah, you're supposed to go to Gurgu from here once you get the canoe. But we have other things to do. Ooh, that's a lost centipedes. And they hit pretty dang hard, as you can tell. Please run. Thank you. My bee. Yeah, this has been a wonderful marathon. Thank you all again. There's a little less than an hour to get any donations you might have in. Just I'm gonna feed them starving children's this winter. Please donate. Very much appreciated. Alright. Well, yeah, we're just gonna memo that one right back to the menu. We're so close. Then we don't have to go around anymore. Preemptive, well, now to take control out. It doesn't really matter which fighter's in the top or bottom spot, it's just the top one tends to get the better armor and the second one tends to get the buffed. Alright, so we want to get 50 more potions here. We want to buy 4 cottages, not that many. And we try to buy a little bit of extra armor for our warriors here if we can afford it. We want mithril shields and bucklers. Mostly mithril shields. And we got bucklers. We could actually afford something else, but not a big deal. There we go. We have to go talk over here. They say they try to trick you. See, there's one that's different in this version. You think that's the one you have to talk to get the canoe, but nope. It's this one. It's this wise old man. So now we have the canoe, which means we can go on river tiles. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now we need to go... Well, now that we have the canoe, we can cross those rivers, which makes that much easier. But, first things first, we gotta go get that sweet levy stone and grind a little bit. That's our first step here, now that we have the canoe. Also, somebody please remind me to cottage outside the ice cave. These are things that are important. Sometimes I tend to forget. It's nice to have full spell charges and health going into this thing. Alright, so there we go. Let's pop up here. The ice cave's not actually that far away. Just gonna pop into here and pop into the river. Something I found interesting, they actually took encounters completely out of the canoe area in Final Fantasy II. I'm not entirely sure why. They had like a whole river monster set in this one, but they just kind of did away with it in Final Fantasy II. Said, no, we don't need that kind of monster. It's kind of helpful, but, you know, it's kind of an odd feature. Alright, keep it up. Keep up the sweet necklaces. Go down and... Wow. I am shocked. We're gonna go ahead and use a cottage right here. We did buy 4 more of them. That should carry us throughout the rest of the game with cottages. We're just going to use it a little early, that's all. We don't really have to worry about having max hit points after the cottage. That's not a big deal. Yeah, we're a little short on full hit points, but that's, again, whatever. We're already over leveled at this point, so we technically have more hit points than we need. And we are in. Alright. Ice Cave. Here we go. They make it sound so much cheerier in this version, but that's a load of crap. This is by far the scariest version, or scariest dungeon in Final Fantasy 1, and maybe the worst overall dungeon in the game for what level you have to play it at. Especially if you don't have any kind of, like, multi-targeting spells. Just to run down a few enemies, there's mages in here, which one-hit kill you just by hitting you. They're actually one of the worst enemies in the game. Even if you have the ribbon, which is the greatest piece of armor and protects you against pretty much everything, they can hit through that, and they will one-shot you. They have tons of the paralysis creatures, gas schools, all of them. They have frost giants and frost wolves. Frost wolves can actually cast an ice spell on your whole party. Frost giants hit incredibly hard. Frost giants are also an unrunnable. I would like to add that in there. Pisco demons right there. Those are also unrunnable. So, for whatever reason, the creator of the first Final Fantasy hated people having fun. So they just like, you know what, if you want to get the floater, good luck. We're just going to throw everything at you. It's a really dangerous dungeon. Thankfully, after this dungeon, or at least until you can get to the first shield in this dungeon, which is pretty far in there, you get equipment that protects you from getting stunned, and that really reduces the risk of a lot of fights. And it's just wonderful. No, 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 and no. We don't need your fights right now, game. Slowly but surely, we make our way through the dungeon. Ow. There's an enemy coming up in here. The boss, quote unquote, of this dungeon is a gigantic eye. In the original J version, it actually looked just like the Eye of the Beholder from Dungeons and Dragons. They may have changed that for licensing purposes. But yeah. It's actually the best grind spot in the entire game. If you consider time versus experience, there is no better grind spot in the entire game. It's so good. And it's a, much like the giants back in the Earth Cave, where they're square tiles that you trigger the battle every time. You can keep triggering the eye fight every single time. And another difference between the NES version and this version, the eye always, I believe it always leads off, almost always, with a instant death spell in the NES version. Which is horrible when you don't have ribbons which protect you against that stuff. But in the in this version, I think he mostly leads off with like Bolt 2. Alright, we're gonna take this chest here because this is our first actual sword upgrade in quite some time. So we'll take it. Now we fall. This is a spike square right here. There's always gonna be a fight here. This is one of the worst points in the NES version, again, because you have to fight this fight. I don't know why I use Bolt again. And then, well, just like that, you can get stunned like crazy, and it's just miserable. Yeah, well, I guess you can take a bolt in the face, Mr. Spectre. Hey, we're level 12, look at that. We're level 12. Oop. Alright. There we go. That was actually good. Not a lot of encounters there. You like to take as much chance between memos as you can, but it's so risky. It's so risky. Oh look, cockatrices. Are them that can hit you and stone you? That's another enemy I left off earlier. There's another enemy that can one-hit you so often. The game is full of those, that's for sure. Alright, we only need one item from up here. And need is a stretch. No, I'm not gonna fight the Pisco Demons. That's gonna take way too long. Especially when we're right around the corner from getting into the boss fight. Alright, so now we're gonna grab this chest, the ice shield, this protects against paralysis, which is wonderful. And here we go. Evil Eye. Very scary. Starts with Bolt 2, very unfortunate. It does take a lot of damage. It's not hard to kill. We can definitely kill it, but that's an unfortunate amount of damage. But yeah, 800 between everyone, or 3,000 total experience. Yo, FTB with the 50 spot! Oh my goodness, let's get some retro wins for that. Thank you so much, FTB. Woo! That's what I like to see. God, I'm so flustered I can't even menu right now. 50 bomb. That puts us over $1,900 for the marathon. That's freaking insane, man. Word, yo. Word. Alright, there we go. Alright, we actually do grind on the spot for a little while. We need to get at least level 15. I'm probably going to do 16 to be safe. Wow, that was a terrible hit. Again, doesn't really do the instant kills in this version like he does in the other versions. And there's another level. You level up so quickly in this version, on this fight. Thank you so much again, FTV. That's amazing. Alright, thank you again, FTV. You have a wonderful night. Thank you again for all that generosity. It's really appreciated. There are some ham sandwiches being handed out to children, thanks to you. And we all love ham sandwiches. Alright, now the problem is if we do get bolted, we do have to heal. It does get a little dangerous. But not to the point where it's an issue. And again, the potions are nice. Oh, there's another level. I think we're already level 15. Sorry about that. Had to... Alright, now you can see our fighters are starting to do 3 attacks per round. The eye didn't even get a turn. This is where we become super powerful. Remember, haste pretty much doubles the amount of attacks you get, so... Mix that with how much damage we're going to be doing here in the future. It's going to be a glorious thing. Hard hit there. I can waste my key or two, so... I don't need them. It's a little faster, thankfully. The old regular cure. Alright. Maybe one more. Bop, bop! Very nice one there. Alright, I think we're good. We're gonna memo and I think head out of here. No, that's only at 15. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was only at 14. So we get one other quick level here. It shouldn't take more than like a couple other attacks, and we're good to go. man, still going. Again, this is just a safety level. That's gonna help just completely destroy any future anythings, or in case we get into bad situations or something, we don't have to reset so often. And safety level God. Now let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Whoosh. Now we go back here. We actually did lose our... Oh no. That's not good. That's not good at all. I might have to load the save. Yeah, I think it's best that I do. That was... Don't know why I waited that long. That was bad. Alright. Try it again. Hopefully we don't get ambushed. There we go. Much better. Yeah, that's the kind of encounter that you might as well just put your controller down because your run just ended. The NES version is over. Alright, we needed that person healed though. Alright, so that's really the last difficult fight here. Or like the only fight I need to do left in here. Because that's just a spiked tile. It's what you gotta do. There's 40 minutes left to get in your donations for Endure for Kindness. Thank you all so much. We are over the 1900 mark. We are getting that updated as soon as we can. Alright, so yeah, we are going back this way, but that's because the exit is just up here. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we don't want that fight. Imagine having to face all these unrunnables. That's just unbearable. Simply unbearable. And we're out. Yay! So no more ice cave, one of the worst caves in the game. It's gone. It's gone forever. Now we actually head to, we have the floater, but we don't actually go to get the airship immediately. It's faster if we go to Castle Ordeals and, why did I fight that thing? It's faster to go to Castle Ordeals and grab the rat's tail and go from there to get the airship. Because Castle Ordeals, the way it's on the map, you're much better situation to take your ship to the river that's near the castle than it is to actually go there by airship, because you have to land a really far way away and then walk all the way, which is a lot more fights that you don't really need. Nope. Nope. But yeah, we just have to make our way back to our boat. That's all we're doing at this point. Just canoeing along, singing a song, side by side. Almost out of the river. And then we can probably chill on the memos for a little bit. Maybe. Are we supposed to... let's see what's in here. Am I supposed to... run from everything out here. A cottage before this, but I am out of spells. I might cottage anyways. I could always just go to an inn or something if I really needed to. But we're just gonna follow this landmass around until back to where the marsh cave is. And then from there we're just gonna head straight south. Let's see it shortly here. Oops. Keep going that way. Might have gone a little too far right. It's a pretty good distance from the ice cave to the castle ordeal. Alright, I was actually worried there that we were going to have to go through a whole cycle of that. So let's just do a safety memo save in case. Alright, so there's the... For goodness sakes. Oh, jeez, dude. I don't have anything left to do. I suppose I could just use ice, too. Worst comes to worst. That works. Alright, so... Boosh. Now that we're past the marsh cave, we just head straight down. It's a nice, It's a nice way to remember how this map works. It's just finding little places to go from like that. Alright, and once you see that, go right, and we're right here. The ocean will always have the same set of encounters, by the way. I know we mentioned the encounter grid earlier. The ocean has just one encounter grid throughout. Why? I don't know. But, here's the edge of the river, which is almost right next to the Castle of Ordeals. No, this probably isn't a good thing. Basilisks are not good. But we ran, so everything's... Don't think so, Chief. We gotta go get that sweet, sweet rat's tail, baby. Oh, in this version, you actually have to talk to the old man. You could in the NES version, just run right past him and nothing doesn't matter, but you have to talk to him in this version. Hold on 1 second. Alright, there we go. Alright, we have basically a little over a half hour left. We're so close to $2,000, y'all. We are so close. We've completely smashed our original goal, and we're almost at $2,000, which is so huge. So thank you all so much. Really appreciate that. Ooh, nice. That was a good amount of space. Boosh. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire! Great balls of fire. Too many encounters, yo. We don't want those nasty encounters. Alright, this is where we're going to start picking up more items, too. There's some nice items in here. One of the, I think the first item you can get in the game that you can use as an item in combat, that does an ability, which is really cool. I think I was actually one short of where I needed to go. I am. I should use fire. And that's a spiked square you have to get an encounter here. Only one nightmare. The problem with nightmares is they're really quick and really hard to hit. But we're gonna take a chance since there's only one of them. Spiritually imbibed potions for that's good. I would never do such a thing like that. Okay, I'll take that. That's a nice 300 experience. There's a heal staff in that chest. We don't really need that though. Not in this run. What it does is it casts like a level 1 cure or a potion's worth of hit points. And it gives you you can do it in combat and it actually hits all of your characters, which is really nice. That is not what I meant to do. So let's... Alright. We got the, Oh. Actually, they toned down these enemies a lot. We got the ice brand in there, which is a really nice sword. And a good piece of armor. One of the best bracelets in the game. Don't stone me! Oof. Stoned me. That's good, we got some golden needles. Remember when we did the ship game way back when? Let's sort this real quick. There we go. Yeah, those were those gold needles came from. Okay, so we're gonna grab all these chests, which is a lot of money. And the gauntlets. The gauntlets use Bolt 2 if you use them in battle, and they have unlimited uses, which is really nice. So we're gonna put those right there. We do need to heal here, though. So let's get our heals on. Oh, I forgot to use Cottage. Dang it. It should be okay. We only really need to melee this fight. Do I have any haste charges left? I don't think so. You're supposed to cast haste on your warriors. I forgot to Cottage on the outside. We're almost actually done with this dungeon completely. We're just got to go to the right here and get the rat tail. Woo! Now we can rank up, baby. Woo! We can actually grab that chest before the battle, which we're about to get into a fight right here. Another spike square. Unavoidable. That's unfortunate that there's two of them, and I don't... Oh, I do have haste. Never mind. Haste the fighters. Hopefully my red mages go faster here than my fighters, because it's kind of important. Very nice. That's the perfect order right there. As long as the red mages go first, this battle shouldn't be too hard. And we have two of them, which is actually good for experience. Nice swings. Very nice battle there. That's another spike square. You can actually fight them. I think one of the routes does use them for experience. I don't remember which one, but it's good experience. And they're very susceptible as an undead creature to fire. Which is nice. Oof. Hopefully we can run through this. Yeah. First strikes. Alright, as you can see the donation total, everyone. We're so close. So close. To 2,000. Can we hit 2,000 for this? We have a little less than a half hour left. So please, if you have anything left you want to give, very much appreciated. We can hit that big 2K and completely stomp our goal by over $500. It's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right. Where was I going at? Oh, yes. Okay. We have to go get the airship. It took a second, I didn't realize where I was. But, we come up around here. And then we wait till that kind of slips away a little bit, then go up. Preemptive, good. I did not want to stick around for this whole fight. That would have been nasty. And, oh, I think I went up a little too early there. Yeah, I did. Alright, it's right here. Once again, we have used the ship into a river scenario, which lets us stop right on our canoe and right next to this area. Key item, Levistone. Here we go. Airship cutscene. We got the airship. Gotta love the airship. You gotta love it. We are an incredible, sexy $69 away. How can you resist $69, Chad? It's almost too good to be true. Alright, once we get this airship, we're gonna go class up real quick. And then we go get some spells, and then we gotta go get some items, including the sword we're gonna have for the rest of the game. Which is gonna be wonderful. Just wonderful. Right, Murdoch? It's poetic, you know? It's perfect. And we got the airship. We got the airship, yes. Completely opens the game up. And what? Look how it's incredibly fast in this version, which is amazing. Alright, we go to the Marsh Cave again and use that. And so we can get down here and Memo, because there are some dangerous things around here, even with a short walk. Yo, thank you for the 400 bits, Creeping Death. Really appreciate that. That will be very helpful. Puts us at 65 away. Alright. Bahamut, of course, sees that you have a rat tail and is like, well, you're obviously champions of the world, so we're going to update you. Or upgrade you, not update you. You're a program. But now, instead of banana hair, we have banana hair and a cool little helmet thing. But we are classed up now. We can get the harder spells and use them, which is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful luxury. I still have banana hair. Actually, what level am I? I'm still only 16. That might actually be bad. I'm not sure. We need to start getting into some regular fights, is what it comes down to. Okay, from here, let's see, we're going to the waterfall. I think that's just this way, yeah. We want to get the waterfall first. Oh, no, excuse me, I was incorrect. There's something we need to get before we come here. I was incorrect. Thought that was a little too short of a trip. First, we need to go to Melman. Appreciate those 10 bits and every little bitage you all can throw out here. No, we need to hit here first. Alright, so we have life, which will be very helpful because our red mages will kick the bucket later. And cure, which is obviously very helpful. And then we're gonna go down here. Grab a very nice spell that'll save time. Warp. It's not exit, but it will do the job. And I guess just to play it safe, we're just gonna go take an in-visit here instead of going outside and cottaging. It's a little quicker, but it's full health and spell charges, so we're just gonna be set by doing this. And I'll probably do another backup safety save at this point in case, well, anything goes wrong. Alright. Yay! Get this little cutscene every time. Not quite as fast as you could skip the NES one, but you know. It's flashier. Alright. Let's go back up, shall we? now that we're all rested, we'll probably get in some fights in the waterfall. There'll be some nice... experience to gain in there. A lot of this run is just shying away from grinding and just leveling up as you go, which is nice. But it's also skipping a lot of encounters, but you gotta have a nice balance, or else you're gonna end up being too low level late game. There's Onrak or Onlak town right there. That's where we go to fight a certain mythical sea creature that may be related to some sort of black spiced rum. I don't know. These are just rumors. Nice, it's a good run. Time saver. But if manipulation for the battles come out in this game, you could probably chop off like a half hour of time easily. Right, here we are. Waterfall Cavern. A lot of good stuff in here, including our first ribbon, which is so ideal. First ribbon and best sword that we're going to use in this run. At least. I'm not running from this because I want to take it, because these are nice experience and pretty easy to kill. They do poison, though, and they hit very hard. That's the Kraken for you. There we go. Going this way. Do have to memo still. There's some very unreasonable fights in here. I'll take these ones. We should be good enough just on the weapons to be able to hit them enough. These are some nice swings, though. Really good to get those criticals in there. Gotta love it. Exactly. We can hit that $2,000 mark, y'all. There's very little amount left. We have 20 minutes left to get donations in there, and then it's done. The 72 hours is finished. We can definitely hit that 2,000 mark, though. For sure. These play golems are definitely worth it. Like, that was 900 experience. Obviously, it was no eye worth of experience, but I've contemplated just using the eye to get to, like, 20 and then never getting into another battle for the rest of the game. But I'm not sure how that would roll. What's up? That's alright, Charity Link. Green Dragons are some of the worst enemies you can run into in this game. They are just flooding the end game. They do tons of damage. They are worth a good amount of experience. That much is nice. See, they're 1,000 apiece. Technically better than the Eye, but the Eye is so much safer to grind on. I think that's the #1 experienced creature in the game. I forgot to use a cottage on the outside again, didn't I? So I don't have warp. Oh no, I went to the inn, that's right. Do I have enough for warp, though? Okay. I wasn't sure if I was the right level for warp. So we can exit here when we're done, which is good. This is actually a solid fight. Good experience. Oh, bad flame rolls on the top one. One of the interesting things about Final Fantasy is just how wide of a range spells do damage. I appreciate that update, Murdoch. After we do Kraken's whole dungeon, we're gonna have to do that. I don't really want to attack these. They're just... that's painful. Really? Get out of the fight, you fools. There we go. Now I'm gonna have to use some Cure 2s here to kind of speedily get some health back here. We're good. Yeah, this is Cuban ribbon, not the slab. But it's close enough. Our next dungeon location is to do the Kraken dungeon, the underwater dungeon. Sheesh. A lot of damage. I need to make sure I save here. We're almost at the end of this dungeon. Normally you'd have to walk out, but we indeed have warp. And again, I'm trying to get some extra fights in here. We do need to level up. I'd like to be at least level 20 by the final boss of the game. And these are good experience, so I don't want to pass up on it. I think I'll be good if I get another level quickly here to skip the rest of the combat in here. Because the Sea Shrine has a lot of good enemies with experience too. So, be good there. Oh. I wonder if I'm healed enough to actually try the, There's a spike square right here. Let's see what we get. It's a variety of monsters it can be. We're gonna try this fight. We need our red mages to go, though. Hyralisks actually can't stone you, I believe, but the cockatrices really can. So this is an instance where we use our gauntlet, and it brings down Hole 2, which is a great spell. Alright. So once the fire goes, we should at least have everyone dead except the top mummy. There we go. Oops. I didn't mean to cast Steel. Well, if Ant Swing is really going to mess up that mummy. Alright. And we gain a level. Great. Just in time to cottage. We're actually going to... Well, we'll do that in a second. Talk to this mech here. Gives us the warp cube. That's for later. We need that to get to Tiamat. And then this thing starts malfunctioning for some reason. Alright, so now we grab all the chests. Ribbon, gold, 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 and the defender. Okay. You need to not have those equipped. And yes, we do actually want this, this red mage to have the ribbon because it's really important for our spellcasters to be okay. Alright, now we're just gonna heal up enough to where a cottage is gonna be enough for us to deal with. And there we are. Alright. We warp, and we're instantly out of the cave. Everything we need here. The Defender is such a good story. If you use the Defender as an item in combat, and it casts Ruse, which, like, doubles your evasion, it's a wonderful thing. It stacks as well, so you can just keep on stacking. The reason we go here first before the bottle, though, is there's a lot of gil in the waterfall, which is nice. Alright, it's crunch time, y'all. Just above 10 minutes left to get donations in, and we're almost at that 2K goal. Can we hit the 2K goal? 2K to feed children. Think about the children, y'all. So very, very close. It is. There's $65, I believe, left. Somebody did 400 bits and then Gavin put it in, so it's just under 65 bucks. We're so very close. Alright. Oh, did you throw in some? Oh, great. Thank you so much. I did not know that. I have to get our total updated here as we're down in the very final stretches of this donation bill. Sounds wonderful, thank you. That was just bad luck. But we actually take the ship to fly over here because it's a shorter path than walking across the whole desert. But yeah, you can see a little bit of desert there that's separated. This is the oasis, and you walk in the middle of it. Hey, desert caravan. Alright, first things first, we need to sell a lot of our junk here. We don't need any of these things anymore. We got the Spellbinder staff just to sell it. It's worth a lot of money. Okay, now we need to buy the Bottled Fairy. That is a quest item. Thank you so much, Ms. We appreciate it. We do our darndest to put on a wonderful marathon for y'all, and I really hope y'all enjoyed it. We're just... should be like 40 then? Alright. I'll get that donation updated as fast as I can. This is the stretch here. Don't you do this game. Don't you be silly like that. Alright, so we're back here. Now we need to go to, I think over here. Yeah. This is where we're going to get Oxyale, which lets us breathe in the Sea Shrine. We're also going to get some Pro Rings, which protects from instant death stuff, which is very nice. Pro Ring. We'll just get 2 for now. Don't really think we need a third one. We're going to go ahead and equip you with the Protect Ring and you with the Protect Ring. Just make sure the gauntlets are there. Okay, good. Alright, we're gonna go all the way over here, and then we're going to use the Bottled Fairy, just so we can see all of the cutscene here. You can use the Bottled Fairy at any time, but here, boosh, you can actually see it happen. And the fairy draws Oxyale from the bottom of the spring. Alright. Thank you so much. And we are done from that, and now I think we just go back. And now we're actually going to fight. Let me make sure to remember to use a cottage here. So we do need our spell charges. We don't need to save. Like, I'm pretty sure we do have a minimum being cut off at midnight Pacific time. So, less than 10 minutes now to get us over 2,000. Again, much appreciation for all the donations that have happened already so far. You've been outstanding, especially on such short notice, and especially during the holidays. That is not being overlooked by us. We really appreciate it. We know this is a tough time of year for everyone, but every little bit counts. Every little bit counts. Alright, once we have Oxyale, we can talk to this mermaid, who's actually a ghost. It's a little more obvious in this version than it is the NES version. And then we ride the barrel down and get a little neat cutscene here. This is one of my favorite tunes, if not my favorite tune in this game. The remix is so good. first things first, we have to go get some items in the basement. Or actually, it might actually be higher, yeah. Top floor, and then we go to the basement to fight Kraken. Wait, I shouldn't have skipped that. I need encounters around here. That's okay, though. Oops. Yo. Von with a big old raid. Welcome, everyone. Coming right at the end of our marathon here. And you're just in time. We are just a little less than 10 minutes away from being over. I will continue to play the game, of course. The marathon will continue, but the donation goal does close at 12 Pacific, and that's only in just over 6 minutes. So, if you have anything left to get us over that 2,000 money mark, please throw it our way. That's right, $2,000. Thank you for the good luck, Vanny Van Voon Von Vivo. Appreciate it. I'm doing it again. I'm canceling all my fights. I need to actually fight some of these fights. Especially this one. This is actually a really good one. White Sharks are worth an excellent amount of experience. Also, a nice thing with the red mages over the other mages is they can actually use swords, which is very helpful throughout the entirety of the run. Going off earlier with the what I was saying earlier. Oh, please don't be ghosts. I didn't okay. 2 ghosts I can handle. These things hit really hard. I got lucky there. I will take that. They hit really hard. I will take that. Alright, so this is actually a safe score, or safe floor. Got the diamond armlet, which is actually the opal armlet in the NES version. So we're getting the best armor at this point. We get some of the best armor, but not all of it. Up here, diamond gloves, diamond helmet, and here is the slab, or as it is in this one, the Rosetta Stone. Amusingly enough. All right, equip you. And roll those. Now we get to the previous floor. Much faster than running out. I wouldn't even say much faster. But faster enough. Alright, less than 5 minutes, y'all. We can do it! We can do it! We can hit that 2K, baby! Let's do it! Let's hit that 2K, baby. And welcome everyone again from the raid. Hope you're all enjoying some Final Fantasy action here. As we speed through this game. There we go. Oh, that was gonna be it. Unfortunate swings there by everyone else. Okay. So I got some good experience out of that. Yeah, we're memorizing so we don't get in the wrong encounters in this dungeon. Ghosts are scary. Speed racer. I've been contemplating doing something for 2K. I'm just not quite sure what it should be. But if we hit 2K, I will do something of insanity. Maybe singing a song. Who knows? Maybe I can tack on an extra speed run at the end. This is an unrunnable encounter. But that's okay. Experience. Yes, that is correct. It's the anthologies for the PlayStation. Oh snap! Did we hit the 2K mark with very little time left? You all are amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. That is incredible. We hit 2,000. 2,000 in just a small weekend. such a crunch time. That is so impressive, and it's all thanks to all of you. Thank you so much. You are amazing. It's going to be updated here in just a moment. Now we hit that sweet, sweet 2K. Alright, so this is where we veer a little differently from a typical Rob. Thank you all so much. I cannot thank you enough. 2,000. 2,000. Thank you. It may not seem like a lot, but it really is. You can do a lot of good things with 2,000. Help a lot of people. Thank you so, so much. We at RGL appreciate you so, so very much. Alright. So here we're gonna grab something we normally don't grab. You know, I don't have to get into this fight. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. We're gonna get something that's broken. Again, this is a broken item in the NES version, but in this version, the Giant's Glove is amazing. It casts the advanced version of Steel, to put it as plainly as possible, and it will wreak havoc. Oh, I thought we did it! I was confused there. Did we not do it? We only have less than a minute left until it hits midnight and then the thing closes. I swear we were at it. I mean, you could throw 20 on from me. We are hitting that 2,000 goal. It is the last second, so you can just throw that in there on me. What am I doing? I need to actually go back a little bit. Oh, did you do so? Yeah, see, I thought you did. That's why I was saying. I'm pretty sure you did. Maybe just all the donations aren't updated at the moment. But that is my apologies. Yeah, see, we did do it. We did. Yes. So it is about it's celebration again. This is Final Fantasy 1 Sammy Pebbles on the PlayStation. Almost said the NES. It's the origins from the Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Amazing game, I'd add. All right, here's a ribbon. Again, ribbons are worth going out of the way for. They protect you from so many things. Pretty much everything, honestly. We'll just say that. Pretty much everything. Thank you all for the congratulations, but you should be congratulating yourself on the job well done as well. Because you made it possible for us to hit 2K. Crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shanked coming with the sexy 69 donation. Booyah! Booyah! But that's not all. You all, from 1 penny to $100, it all added up. Every little bit of it. So everybody who added something, thank you so much. If you hung around and support and you couldn't, that's okay as well. All your support is very, very much appreciated as well. As it always, and it always will be. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Cloudy Shoe. Of course we're the best. Can't argue with that. Just can't. Alright, we're actually going to use that Giant's Gauntlet here in the upcoming battle as well on Kraken. It's coming up very shortly, honestly. We're wrapping up the the Sea Shrine dungeon here. And then we take a quick trip to Melmond to learn a new language. Let's not forget that. Because we're gonna do a lot of extra walking if we forget that. But we actually destroyed our goal of 1,500 by the extra $500. There's no understating how awesome that is. So I'm going to keep stating how awesome that is. And thank you all again for such an awesome job. Such awesome. Actually, we're not supposed to do it all the way. It's such an awesome thing for charity. Thank you all so much. Gotta learn from the slab, that's right. Alright, who's ready for a Kraken fight? I know I am. Okay, so this is why I moved the Giant's Glove in the first spot, so we can just use it right away. We're going to buff the crap out of the second warrior here. Ink is a great attack. Ink does almost nothing worthwhile. 2050! That's what I'm talking about. Yogi, I don't know what you're talking about. Now look at that damage. 500 in a swing there. This wonderful sea creature here has, I believe, 1,600 hit points in this fight. So it'll go down in at least 2 rounds here. There's the problem. See, when Kraken attacks, Kraken has a lot of tentacles. Kraken can do a lot of damage. Poor Conger just got tentacled so much there. But not a big deal. We were hoping for more inks or maybe bolts, but he went full melee. What can you do? It's a really cool Kraken sprite. Like, the sprites in this are really awesome. They did such an incredible job updating this game. They really did. Alright, well, sorry, man, Toast, but we'll have to res you here in a second, but not before a celebration. Let's get that sweet harp playing in just a second here. Oh, yeah. So good. So good. Yeah, you all did a wonderful thing here this weekend. So, thank you very much. Appreciate it so much. Alright, Kraken is dead. I need to, the wrong thing. Heal here real quick. Going to Melmond first. Okay, we're actually going to use a here. Get all our spell charges back. And we heal a bit, so which is good. We're also level 19, so we're pretty much the level we want to be at this point. I think easy mode lets you go all the way to level 99 in this. Originally level 50 is the max. you really wanted to grind all the way to the 99, you absolutely can. You would probably nuke anything that came across you. Alright. Whee! We're going to Melman first. Whee! Melman, whee! We remembered. I forget so often to go here. Hello there, Doc. And we're going to learn language for a little bit later. Just for a little bit later. Oh, I was done. Get out of my way. We have to save the planet really quickly, alright? I don't have time for your shenanigans. Now we're going straight to Gurgu, and Gurgu, just like I said earlier, is going to be very quick. It's not going to be too much to do here. Whee! Again, this was supposed to be the second dungeon that you do before the Sea Shrine. So the creatures here aren't going to be very powerful. This might just be a unlockable memo for a while, so you might just kill it. Alright. But one really nice thing, like these damage squares, you may think they're bad, but they're not. They prevent enemies from spawning. So it's a wonderful thing to actually just be able to run through here and ignore many enemies. Hellhound! We might as well just kill it since it's a solo enemy. Can't thank you all enough for your support here this weekend. Whee! Many damage squares as we can, just to avoid encounters. Oops. Got a little lucky there. We're going down to Goblin Town. Alright, man. 1,050. I'm just too happy, man. Just so happy. I don't think you can be too happy for this kind of generosity. I don't think it's possible. Wow, that was a crap fight. Spawn there. Oh my goodness. Lava worm! Let's kill it because it's a worm. Wee. Alright. Now we'll use the magic. It's not gonna be that necessary for this fight. It's a pretty easy fight, but we do want to be careful. Red mages tend to fall like flies. And I'd prefer them to get the experience, because I would also like them to be funny, but it's not really a necessity. Iros, I don't think I can run from this. I don't remember if I can or not, but regardless, it's a single enemy, so it should fall in one round. Hey, what? A little extra experience with her. Oh, 4 warriors is bad. You lose out on haste and steel. It's too useful. You have to at least have 1 red mage. You can do 3 warriors and 1 red mage, but with the way boosting works, I think you really want to. I'm actually just going to attack. I don't think I need to use gauntlets in this fight. Merilith, or Carrie as she is in the NES version, has, I believe, 1,200 hit points in this one. Now we stealing here. Oh, for sure. One of the greatest parts about Final Fantasy 1 is just how many ways you can use your party. Like, there's so many fun challenge runs. Yeah, look at that. Already doing 800 damage. One swing away at this point. Just do that. Yeah. What is she dead? And we gain levels. Good. Alright, we get that sweetheart that's gonna go in here. We've had 3 of the 4 crystals now. Only 1 more to go. And once we have all 4 crystals shining, we can go to the final dungeon. Yeah, the warrior is by far the best class in this game. It might be the red mage in this version, but every other version it's the warrior, bar none. I would still probably take the warrior. It's so, they're just so powerful. Going north. We need to go learn a language real quick. Or not learn a language. Use our learned language really quick to get an item. This is an unfortunate walk. There's no way to land closer, and it's quite a walk all the way back over there. Whee! For God's sake. I know Zombies you can't run from. Giga Scissors. These are the enemies you can actually fight right away in this game on the Power Peninsula. There are some ways to get into beating them early. Zombies and trolls are pretty susceptible to fire, as is the Winter Wolves. Actually, the Winter Wolves might be the best one to get, because they usually get 1 round, but this is the problem. They can Ice Storm, which does, well, obviously not much now, but very significant when you're like level 4. Did I mention that you're all amazing and you should feel amazing right now? You should. Alright, so we learned that language from the dude in Melbourne. Because if you go here without learning that language, they all just are like, can't understand you. You can't understand them. You can't get the item, you need to go into the final fiend dungeon. That's actually a pretty nice encounter. So. Hill Gigases you can run from, which is nice. Get out of the way. No! Get out of the way! And this one gives you the bell. Nothing more about it here. It's okay, we're gonna use another cottage at the beginning of the next dungeon, so spell charges will be recharged, I don't have to worry about that. Oh no! Oh no, isn't right. That's not a good encounter. That's not a good encounter at all. At all. Good for experience early on. But not so much for... Oh my goodness. Because we can't run from the zombies, who look even more like shark faces than the Minotaurs. In my opinion. I don't know why they look like sharks in this, but they opted to make them look like sharks. If you're gonna look like something, looking like a shark isn't necessarily bad, I'd say. Yogi, when are you gonna speedrun this one? It's a really easy pickup. Oh, we gotta fight the Allosaur. Which is Tyro in the NES version, and there's quite the meme going on for old Tyros. Tyro is friend, not food, as they say in the business. In the business. Run! The Alan? God. That quite possibly could be the dumbest moment in cinema history, but also leads to one of the funniest. Alright, done with that. Now we can land right here. Don't have to go too far. This is the final Fiend dungeon, and then we could go into the final dungeon. Alright, that was awesome. There's a cottage here. We opted to take that safe in earlier, so we're going to have an extra cottage by endgame. We're going to take a safety save here, just in case, because you just never know. And we're going to go. Sigma. I dabbed just for you, Colin. There was a lot of dabbing going on this morning, but it was dabbing for charity, so just gotta dab for the right things, you know. Beep beep. We still do need to get to level 20 for the safest possible completion. At the minimum level, I should say. These things have, like, extraordinary defense as well. Nice. Donald's final stage of sleep. Yeah, that was some crazy times, but a lot of fun. I got farther in Mega Man X, well, I beat Mega Man X, and farther in Mega Man X2 I've been in 20 years. Mega Man X I can still remember a lot of. We're actually level 20. Mega Man X2 I don't really remember a dang thing from, neither X3. Owned them all growing up though. That's fine. I dabbed for you, Kong. We're making pretty decent time. I think the record run is 2 hours and 46 minutes, so we're kind of surpassing that. But that's why I put the large range on this one. Final Fantasy is very random, so it's hard. Dabbing. Get them left sharks out there. It's worth a good amount of experience. Getting 21 might not be a bad idea. Call him, please. They have some of the best weapons and armor here. The Aegis shield is here. Is it Aegis or Aegis? I can't remember that. But they have that shield here. They have the best armor here as well in the game. Both of which we skip in this run. Alright, we have a bit of a fight coming up here. There will be a spike square in just a second. Right here. Right in front one. Blue Dragon. Very, very scary fight in the NES version. Not so much here. You get a lot of good melee in with all our people. It should go down to 1 round. Nope. Alright, only 1. And dead. Not so scary. Good experience, though. Alright. There we go. You needed the bell to get in the tower, and then you needed the cube that you got in the waterfall to get here. In the Sky Castle. Mac Tonight. Dude, Mac Tonight is amazing. I've been talking about Mac Tonight with my brother for like 15 years. I cannot believe no emote was made in this time. Mac Tonight might be the greatest mascot of all time. Alright, there is one piece of armor we do stray for here. Probably don't actually need it. If I was going to think about the major speedrun for this game, this is probably something I could get routed out, would be getting one of the ribbons. But in this case, we're going to do it. McDonald's, it's Mac Tonight. Who doesn't like Mac Tonight? Come on now. Come on, Kong. It's Mac Tonight. I love the evil eye. It's the same eye we fought earlier. One hit quit, 800 experience. We got another level out of it. And now we got the diamond shield. And the last ribbon we're going to get, we're going to put that on our second hero here. Oops. Optimize here. Alright, there we go. Oh, I didn't memo save, so we get to wait. Blink is the thing that makes it much harder to hit. I believe the Spirit Naga's always casted in the beginning of the fight. Oh no, I've been silenced. When you upgrade your fighters in class, they do get white magic, but little to make a worthwhile difference at this point. It's nice to have backup cures, is basically what it's for. Oh my god. Another evil eye. It's just faster to kill this one. Alright, we're on level 21 now. Now we really should avoid the rest of combat for the game. Really no point in doing it. In fact, we are going to avoid all combat from now on. Alright. Now we gotta make our way to Tiamat. Her lair is a little far away from here. Alright, y'all. I know we hit the 2K mark. I will attempt to fight the mech if I find the mech. For sure. Oh my god. So obnoxious. No, it's gonna be... I'll definitely attempt to fight the mech. The mech is the most legendary fight in this game. It's harder than any of the other bosses. It does extreme amounts of damage. It is the most experienced mob in the game. But the odds of you running into it are like 1 in 255 or something like that, 256. It's extremely small, so... But it's also the hardest battle by a long shot as well. It's a vampire lord who gas protected and fire against. We're just going to run, so it doesn't matter. If we can, that is. screw it. Just gonna attack it. Did Ray tell me? Oh, yeah. Ray talked about it earlier, that she was gonna try to make the diner's old cream of turkey, and I was very excited about that. Alright, this following hallway coming up after I hit this teleporter has the possibility of the war mech. So if you want to see the mech, you better cross your fingers, bless all the RNG in the world, because it's gonna be a very, very low probability it happens. I think we can run from the arrows. I don't think they're... I think the waters are the ones that are unrunnable. Yeah, okay. That was correct. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and... heal, just in case we fight Mr. Mac. McDonald's! It's Mac tonight! Alright, there we go. Sorry, y'all. I only got one encounter. I could go back and forth on there for hours before I ran into the mech. It's such a low percentage chance in this game. See, Mac Tonight does work. They should bring Mac Tonight back. Alright, we're gonna use the Giant's Gauntlet here. More times than not. Sounds about right. Alright, well, since we have the ribbon, this should mostly be... yeah. People with ribbon don't take much damage from magic at this point. Alright, so we're just gonna attack, and steal up our second fighter here. We should be able to... Tiamat has 2,000 hit points. That's almost enough to kill in 2 hits. Almost. Oof. Do I not have ribbon? Maybe I just got hit really hard. Dang. I was really hoping that we'd get steel enough in there to deal the winning blow there, but... maybe there? It's gotta be close. Oh no, don't kill anyone, please. Alright, we're good. And this will be the final fiend, and then we're gonna be on our way to the end of the game. Too bad on timing. Should definitely hit estimate. Alright, we're gonna just burn our Cure 3s here since we're in a cottage anyway. But yeah, final crystal. Here we go. Try to run from the Lich. Can't run from the Lich in this game. Talking about my advanced DCSS strats now. Such a nice tune. Woo. Okay. All crystals shining. Shine on, you crazy gem. Alright, we're just gonna use Cure 3 now. We don't have to save it for anything, so. That's more than enough. The cottage will take care of the rest. Right. Boosh! Okay. Final destination, yo. Going end game. Alright. Oh no! Beginning game enemies, what are we gonna do? They're too scared. And cottage. And this is where our final safety save is gonna be. There we go. We're level 21, which is, I think in the record I was level 20 when I beat the final boss, so we should be okay. Now that we have the crystal shining again, we can go into the past. 2,000 years and stop the time from ever happening again. Running from Lich. Alright. This part is going to be very heavy on memo saves. We want no fights in here. Almost all of them are unrunnable, and it's just not worth it. Oh, they're just not. You don't need the levels at this point, and they take a lot longer to kill anything. It's not worth it. Like I said earlier, memos kind of reset the RNG a little bit, or at least spread it out. There we go. I'll see if this is runnable. It is not. Ice Gigases turns out not runnable, and that battle was horrifying, by the way. 6 Frost Wolves and 2 Ice Gigases, that's brutal. I don't remember if you can run from zombie dragons. I don't think you can. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's just not worth it. You get stuck in too many fights. Oh my goodness. This is like the shortest floor in the entire place. We cannot get to the stairs. I'm pretty sure they up the encounter rate in here compared to the rest of the game. Because there's a lot of times you can get into battles like 2 or 3 or 4 steps just in a row. That's really frustrating. I'd be curious to see what a single segment time would be in this game. If you're forced to fight everything, that's a lot of fights. It has to at least gain an hour almost. Just fights. I gotta say, this one went a lot better than my practice run did yesterday. When I finished in 3.5 hours, I had to jog my memory up on a few things. There's a lot to remember in a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy was the first game I ever took notes as a speedrun for, because I just couldn't remember everything. There's just too much. I assume if you run it enough, you'll of course remember everything, but it's just too much. Like, even when I was hardcore running the NES version, I would constantly look at my notes to make sure I was doing okay. Alright. Battle here. We can get lucky and kill it in one round if we critical it. Nope. Does do a lot of damage. Does have a slight regenerating effect, but not really anything noteworthy. Wow, we are swinging and missing hard here. That's really not good. Alright. Still did it, though. And yes, that boss is worth 1 experience. A single experience. And we have like 90 potions, and you can see our spell charges are like through the roof, so we'll be okay there. Remember the loot we got all the way at the beginning of the game? Well, let's play it right now. Gotta love that theme. So nostalgic. But that opens the way to the Temple of Chaos, second floor. Nope. Yeah, this place takes quite a bit of time to get through, though. It's just... There's so many load and saves here, because you just... It's wastes so much time. Again, this is where I saved so much time over the previous record. It's not worth even waiting to see what battle you get in. Just load and save immediately. There's no purpose. And there's probably some stuff that you could still save some time in this game. Like, maybe at best you could... You could probably go with just one ribbon if you're really lucky, but I don't know. Ribbons are so useful. Maybe two. Maybe one for one red mage and one for your main fighter, but it's just too risky. They're so helpful against too many things. But again, it's a speedrun, you know. You gotta take your chances where you can take them and save time. Alright, next floor we're gonna actually get to the Fiend floors. In 2,000 years in the past, we're going to be doing some refights. Specifically, Kraken 2, I believe in the NES speedrun is harder than any other boss in the game, including Chaos. Because you have to solo it with your level 20 fighter at the time. And it's just, you gotta hope. And this is 2.5 hours in a run. It's crazy. This entire area in the speedrun on the NES version is amazingly tense. It's so great. I still think it's the most tense part of any speedrun I've ever been a part of. Because you can't mess up anything in here, or else you're screwed. Alright, so we're on the 8th floor now. We're going to be doing the Fiends in the order that you probably should do casually. Shouldn't skip over Merilith / Carrie to do the Sea Shrine first. But you're also not going to know to go into the waterfall and snag so many great things. The ribbon is in there. That's the freest ribbon in the game because you have to go there anyways. The only ribbon that's really out of the way on the run is the one in the Sky Castle. So avoiding that one would probably save a minute or two, depending on how your memo saves went. So you didn't have to like constantly load and save or something like that. But I'm just spitballing here on the fly. Once Yogi picks this up, he'll figure it out. But if you're looking for an easy RPG to speedrun that's beginner friendly, check this one out. Really simple. You'll be able to at least sub 4 hours in this very, very shortly after picking it up. It's more just about remembering where you need to go and such, and hashing out the boss battles. Getting your steel and your giant gloves on, hasting, and just pounding away. I could not imagine doing this single segment without doing the memo saves. I don't think he does that run. I think the only category he runs in Final Fantasy III is the Dark Grandpa category. Here's our first fight. I don't think I'm going to need the glove. Flare always is going to happen at the beginning of this fight. It's always going to hurt like crazy. that was actually a pretty tame flare overall. I'll take it. Might still lose one of the red mages, but it's okay. Hey, I'm stealing them. There we go, there's 600. I don't remember, I think it quadruples their hit points at this point in the game. Could be wrong. But I think Lich now has 1600 hit points. And there we go. One of the scarier boss battles down here late game. And that is done. Now we get to heal. Here, using the Cure 2 is going to be faster. The only thing we need to save here is level, level 5 charges for life in case we need them. The Cure is usually faster. And this is the fight where we're going to have to heal the most. I think out of any fight, just depends. Oopsie. Too far up. But, I really enjoy speedrunning RPGs. I think they're a blast. And they're very calm, except for specific moments. They're very calm and relaxing speedruns, in my opinion. Unless you're on Final Fantasy 1, then you're but yeah, Final Fantasy 1 for NES, that is. No, stop that. This is the fire floor. And you'll get themed enemies based on what floor you're on, too, which is kind of neat. Yeah, there's massive Clench and Temple of Fiends on the NES. Like, every fight could be your last. And there's a lot of fights. Man cats. You don't have to worry about man cats in any percent, thankfully. Single segment, on the other hand, that's another story. All right, battle number 2. Okay. What in the world? That was unfortunate. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and just use the Giant's Club in this battle. And from now on, we're gonna use the Giant's Club at the beginning of the battle. We're gonna use it 3 times in the chaos fight at the end. Oh, that's just wow, that was really mean. What are you doing? Very bad men. I don't think I can deal with them either. Not that I remember offhand, anyways. Alright, and Marilyn, the sequel is dead. 2 more fiends to go through. We're almost there. We're almost there. Still have to heal, though. We can use some cure 3s. Yes, world record party for this is indeed the same. I theorized other parties. I don't think any other party combination would really lend a helping hand in this. I don't even think having a black mage would help, but I haven't really gone through it too much because the way the beginning of this game works is you do the boat game to get 30,000 gil right away, and then you buy 4 of the really good early game swords, and you use that to just steamroll the beginning of the game. 3-man party, maybe. Again, with this one, you want to cast Steel a lot. Steel and Haste. And the faster you buff somebody up, the better. So while you'd save some time leveling, you might take longer on battles, and you wouldn't buff up as quickly. And when you're playing on easy mode, like I am, because it's the speed run, it takes less to actually level overall anyways. So these are things you don't have to worry about too much in easy mode. Oh my god. I think we're gonna miss estimate, unfortunately, but it shouldn't be too much over. I definitely over-leveled a lot for this run. But that's okay. Gotta be safe for the marathons. And this is the outro, so, you know, the finale, the grand finale. Horse, derp, OMG, and teeth. Sounds like a great party combination. Alright, come on. Kraken's floor is really giving it to me right now. These encounters. Dan, are we playing Magic? Yeah, a lot of just bad encounters here. I didn't think so. Thought it was a little early. I should definitely heal before I go any further. It's good to be at full health against old Kraken. Hello. No, I steal the wrong person. Crap. It's not a big deal. Bolt is one of the best things that old Kraken can do. As long as Kraken stays away from the physical attacks, I guess it's some extra damage from the top layer. That'll be helpful. Alright. But we really need to buff that sword up. That's not good. Not good enough. Need some more buffing. More Bolt too, I'm okay with that. Bolt your heart out. Yeah, Creeping Death, that's not a lie. Kraken 2 on the NES has been known to end all happy days. Alright, now there's an attack I can get behind. Alright, so we've pumped up the second wave enough, we can just all attack now. Waste less time. And that's it. Fight over. That was a really weak hit, but it was darked in the end. Kraken 2 the scariest weak points. Well, the scariest weak point. It's always just a crazy feeling when you finally get past Kraken 2. Alright. Get some Cure 2s here. Or Cure 3s. I think you need, yeah, exactly what you said there, Zell. I think for damage soaking, it's important to have that fighter in the first slot, even towards the end game. Alright, right next to the next team fight here. Might use the giant glove twice. That way I can probably 2-hit Tiamat after that. But it's not a bad idea to want to buff one fighter. But if that fighter goes down, you're kind of screwed. But again, it's a speedrun though. That's unfortunate. Did I actually save a little time here? But not when it comes to healing. Poison is an instant death, but we all have ribbons, so we're fine. Yes, Yogi, that is correct. And this is why the second fighter always gets buffed. Missed out on a steal there. But this should be a mighty swing right here. See how much it does. Game match should have just about 4,000 hit points, I think. Hear that. Roll or rumble. Yeah. That was not really as much as I hoped. You are swinging and missing right. There was 0 criticals in those 8 swings. That was really poor. Like, that's just extremely bad luck as well. There we go. 2 swings. Did not have much health. I think Cass is quite a bit more health. But hey, last fight. We're going to the last boss after this. We're not even going to mess with our party at the moment because we have a few things to switch around. But we'll do that before we fight the last boss. We still have to get there. The last floor with encounters on it. Of course. The best sword in the game is on this level, but we don't get it. It takes a lot longer to go grab than it would to save time. Okay, we need magic now. Bring you to life. Now we can use the rest of our fancy cures here. Alright. Heal the full. We're going to want a specific party order here as well to get down to it. And there we go. Okay. Formation. We want you on the bottom. We want you here. Equipment-wise, I think we're good, actually. Is this gonna be it? Anything else we want to change here? No, I think we're okay. You need to remove that. I don't think I have anything else to put here. I guess you can put these gauntlets on. I'm never gonna use them again. Alright. Let's go. Final fight. Hopefully we can get this in one go. We moved the fighter into the final spot because, again, as Yogi put, that 50, 25, 12.5, and 12.5 means, well, it adds up to 100%, but what it means is the, how, what do I use here? I use steel, okay. There we go. What it means is the percentage chance of that character getting targeted. So the top slotted players have 50% chance, the second has a 25, and the bottom two have 12.5% chances to be targeted. This is why we want to keep our red mages in the back. That was not good for my fighter there. I'm out of like high cure spells at this point. Oof, going with a lot of abilities right away, that's not good. Need him to focus on meleeing the top two people. Would would be just wonderful, because we have a lot of charging up to do in this fight first. 3 rounds of charging up at least. Gotta get that fighter nice and buff. We can use a potion now. That'll give us a little health back. Alright, you're all buffed up now. That's the kind of attacks we need there. Still gonna do a round of steals first, but this shouldn't be too bad. I think they're gonna protect most of this. Or not. Okay, I guess we have to restart that fight. I'm pretty sure there's a ribbon on that fighter. I could be wrong. Actually, I might be wrong. Maybe that's why I keep dying there. Hold on here. That would be the problem. This would be the problem. What happened was that I optimized, and the ribbon's defense is not good. So when you optimize, it automatically takes it off. That's why the warrior was taking so much damage there. Hopefully that won't happen this time. That was 100% my fault. Alright, I was wondering why they took so much damage. Steel, haste. Item, giants. Go. Same thing as last time. Starting right off with the, well, Chaos has like 3 types of attacks. He's got just regular elemental attacks. He's got his own special attacks like that, like skill attacks. And he has melee. It's a lot of BS. Solid hit. Alright, just coming off with the skill attacks again right away. Which is, again, unfortunate. As long as we can live through it. It's not a big deal. I need to start using potions with my top fighter instead of attacking. It'd be nice if there was a better kind of healing item in this game, but there isn't. Basically the same setup as last time, but can't live that time, so that's good. Not really. Kind of, but not really. This is turn 4, so... Oof, this is a brutal attack. Man, he's just doing really nasty attacks. Like, that's just the RNG of the game, but sheesh. Alright, see, there's a nice big hit. Alright, we're just going to potion our... yeah, multiple potions. Doesn't make a difference. Alright, that's good. As long as Chaos stays away from magic attacks, it should be okay. Boosh. Huge hit. And time. And that is Final Fantasy on the PlayStation in a little over 3 hours. And that wonderful, wonderful RGL audience, charitable, generous RGL audience is going to be the end of an amazing marathon. Thank you all for the GGs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you again for all your generosity. I cannot and I will not be able to state it enough. What in the world? thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Again, you all are MVPs for making this marathon exactly what it was. $2,000 in the weekend. It means so much. So thank you all so much. Don't forget to hit that follow button on RGL as well. We have lots of marathons like this all year round. Not necessarily for the specific charity event, but we have other huge marathons, including the best retro speedrunning marathon ever, honestly. So, yeah, thank you for coming around. And yes, a very big shout out to all the runners that also participated. Again, this was thrown together for, in like 3 days, and then we ran it for 3 days. So to put this together so quickly was a very impressive feat. And that was a lot of Ant's doing, so you can give him a big GG in chat. He is there in chat. This is some of my favorite music as well. I absolutely love the ending music of this game. It's gorgeous. It gives you a little wrap up on the story. Yeah, RGL is coming at you with all kind of content. And don't forget to give all of our followers a look at it as well. They do a hard job. They've earned themselves some nice rest and respect. Oh, and it's part of RGL, but I understand what you're saying with that game. It's such a glorious end. The ending music and the ending of this game is so good. It's so good. It's a great marathon ender, I think. Just the time loop. Zip it, Yogi. Yeah, we've got sweet 2,000 gold. I don't know if we had any ideas in mind for the finale. Want to come in, voice chat or something, and say a few words to our ending audience here. That would go well. If anybody else any RGL member wants to impart some wisdom, some happy times. I never get bored of this game. It's easily maybe my favorite game of all time, but definitely in the top 5 at least. And while you enjoy the credits, you can also enjoy listening to Ant. And go ahead. Thanks. Oh, jeez. Crap. I've muted desktop, which means you didn't come through. You're coming through now.
Take 2.
Alright, go for it.
So, amazing run, Toad. Great job
Thanks.
closing us out. Just want to give a huge shout out to our community. You guys are really the best. Coming together, supporting us, watching us, spreading the word. amazing team that we have here on our GLTV. Just a lot of really talented runners and support staff. Huge shout out to all of them. 3-2 for the art. Restreaming, our tech crew. Everyone's scrambling to put things together. Putting together the schedule the last, 2 days before Thanksgiving. We're throwing this thing together and then getting everyone together on a holiday weekend. Just really incredible. And of course the generosity of all the donators to support Random Acts and the E4K marathon here. Job well done, everyone, and just very proud of what we were able to put together this weekend.
All right, thank you, Ant. And you can all thank Ant again for basically working around the clock for 3 days to get the schedule in. Also, Connor's here. Concakes, you got some words?
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and kind of reiterate what Ant said and thank the community. You guys are so awesome. $2,000. That's awesome. Like, that's so cool. And I really just want to give a special shout out to Ant Hole for being like the driving force behind this marathon. Like, everybody on GL pitched in, but Ant really put a ton of effort, not only while entertaining guests for Thanksgiving, but also working his job and just like really rallied the troops around him, and we did it. $2,000, man. That's so cool.
It's amazing.
Beautiful thing, but we can't do it without us all working together, and we really have a hell of a team here on RGL. Just everybody throwing all their effort into it. It's just very inspiring and just makes me very proud to be part of this team.
I had a old Livestrong band from McDonald's
Livestrong.
that said, "None of us are as good as all of us," and I think that is so true when it comes to anything, especially something like RGL.
It's a nice sentiment.
And that's what makes this team. It's what makes this team so great, is that we can all come together, even with such short notice, and getting it all done in a week.
Mm-hmm.
We all just came together, and it was for a great cause. And I'm so proud to be a member of RGL and of the retro gaming community as a whole.
I got here in time for Livestrong.
And Elrock is here as well.
Morning.
Morning.
Looks like Final Fantasy went well. GG on that.
Thank you.
Just got out of bed so I could come and have a conversation with you folks.
Sounds great.
Oh man, what a weekend.
Yeah,
it was quite the thing to be doing on such immediate notice. I had a great time. I don't know about the rest of you cats and kittens.
That was great. I really enjoy racing, and I got to do a lot of racing for 12 straight hours even.
I particularly enjoyed. I didn't get to see a lot of it, but what I saw, I particularly enjoyed the Disney race as like a throwback to Discathlon from back in January, with a possible upcoming preview with DuckTales 2, because that wasn't featured in the first one. Could mean a second one's on the way. We don't know yet.
Maybe.
Yeah. We nobody in here knows at all if there's a second one on the way.
We actually have hints all around the United States. In different states, there's little rocks. Find one. It says the game that's on there. So go National Treasure this. Everybody go out and scavenger hunt.
You watched that movie recently?
This is Carmen San Diego at this point. Just trying to find all the clues.
Indeed.
If there are 10 clues, 9 of them are in Disney World. That's how Kong rolls, anyway.
Just look there first. All right. Any more parting words for our wonderful audience here?
Thank you all so much. So much for watching this weekend, donating this weekend, being entertained this weekend. We did it all for you guys. We were glad to be able to put this together for Random Acts. You guys were amazing.
All right.
Did we end up being second on the list of donators?
We were.
Wow.
That is all
That's just
y'all
great.
right there.
That's
Chat.
glorious.
Thank you guys so much. You turned this fun stream that we all do together into the second highest like donators for this charity. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, we finished second behind like one of the most popular TV series of the past 15 years. I think we did okay. I think we did just fine.
Agreed.
We're proud of ourselves.
Yeah, what you got, Amp?
Just wanted to, take this moment to just kind of give a perspective on the next few weeks here at RGL. Next week we have our anniversary relay race that we're doing in honor of the start of our 4th year here at RGL. The week after that we have the Coin Op Classic.
Yes.
It's going to be
Yes.
48 hours of arcade 1cc's. It's going to be amazing. We've got some really talented people in that. After that, it's 2019. We've got a whole slew of things. We've got Discathlon 2 coming up. We've got a bunch of ONATs lined up. Of course, Retrothon 2 is coming. We'll be opening submissions for that sometime probably late January. So just, follow us, tune in, stick around. We got a great 2019 coming up.
The best 2019 coming up, you mean?
It's looking...
Probably the best 2019 that's ever happened.
Yeah.
2019.
Retrothon 2 alone is just going to destroy everyone else's 2019.
I wasn't around for
Word.
2019 BC, so I don't know.
Somebody get Pangea on the phone. Can we confirm this?
I like it.
All right. I think that's going to be it for us. But thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you for the generosity. It's been great. And thank you for all joining the call for our little finale here.
Thanks for
glad
finishing
to
up
be here.
strong, Toad.
Hey,
Yeah, as always. Got over $2,000. It's so cool.
that's right. 2050, baby. All right. I'm going to go ahead and send us over to one of our players here. And I want you all to have a wonderful night and think about just how great you are for getting
Thanks,
us to this
everybody.
goal. So, thank you so much, and we'll see you upon the next RGL event. Ciao.